Today, our topic is what the Stoics thought about politics. The Stoics, who were ancient philosophers, believed that politics was an important part of life. They thought that being involved in politics was a way to help others and make the world a better place. The Stoics believed that everyone is connected and we should care about each other. They saw the world as one big community, and they called this idea cosmopolitanism. This means that we are all citizens of the world, not just of our own country or city. For the Stoics, politics was not just about power or control. It was about doing what is right and helping others. They believed that leaders should be wise and fair, and they should think about the well-being of all people, not just themselves. The Stoics also believed that it was important to stay calm and rational in politics. They knew that politics could be messy and full of conflict, but they thought that it was important to stay focused on what is good and just. They believed that emotions like anger and fear could make things worse, so they tried to avoid these emotions and stay calm. They thought that if people could stay calm and think clearly, they could make better decisions and solve problems more effectively. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, was also a Roman emperor. He believed that being a leader was a big responsibility, and he tried to follow Stoic principles in his rule. He thought that a good leader should be humble and not let power go to their head. He believed that a leader should serve the people and not use their power for personal gain. Marcus Aurelius wrote about his thoughts in a book called Meditations, which is still read today. In this book, he talks about the importance of staying true to your values and not being corrupted by power. He also talks about the importance of being patient and understanding, even when dealing with difficult people or situations. Another important Stoic philosopher, Seneca, also wrote about politics. He believed that it was important for people to be involved in politics, but he also warned about the dangers of getting too caught up in it. He thought that politics could be stressful, and that it was important to take care of yourself and not let politics take over your life. Seneca believed that it was important to find a balance between being involved in politics and taking time for yourself. He thought that if you were too focused on politics, you could lose sight of what is really important in life. The Stoics also believed that it was important to be honest and truthful in politics. They thought that lying and cheating were wrong, and that leaders should always be honest with the people they serve. They believed that trust was very important in politics, and that leaders should always try to earn and keep the trust of the people. The Stoics thought that if leaders were honest and truthful, they could build a better society where people trusted each other and worked together for the common good. They also believed that it was important to be brave in politics. They thought that standing up for what is right, even when it is difficult, is very important. They believed that it was better to do what is right, even if it means facing challenges or criticism. The Stoics thought that being brave in politics meant being willing to make tough decisions and stand up for your beliefs, even when it is not popular. They believed that true courage in politics comes from staying true to your values and not giving in to fear or pressure. The Stoics also believed that it was important to be humble in politics. They thought that leaders should not think of themselves as better than others, and they should always remember that they are serving the people. They believed that humility was important because it helps leaders stay grounded and focused on what is really important. The Stoics thought that if leaders were humble, they would be more likely to listen to others and make decisions that are best for everyone, not just for themselves. Another important idea in Stoic philosophy is the concept of virtue. The Stoics believed that virtue is the most important thing in life, and that it is more important than wealth, power, or fame. They thought that being a good person and doing what is right is the most important goal in life. In politics, the Stoics believed that leaders should always strive to be virtuous. They thought that a virtuous leader would make decisions based on what is right, not on what is easy or popular. They believed that if leaders were virtuous, they could create a better world where people lived in peace and harmony. The Stoics also believed that it was important to accept things that you cannot control. They thought that in politics, as in life, there are many things that are out of your control. They believed that it was important to focus on what you can control and not worry too much about what you cannot control. They thought that if you could accept the things you cannot control, you could stay calm and focused, even in difficult situations. This idea is often called the dichotomy of control, and it is a key part of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that by focusing on what you can control, you can make better decisions and have a more peaceful life. In conclusion, the Stoics had many important ideas about politics. They believed that politics was a way to help others and make the world a better place. They thought that leaders should be wise, fair, and honest, and that they should always try to do what is right. The Stoics believed that it was important to stay calm and rational in politics, and to avoid emotions like anger and fear. They thought that being involved in politics was important, but they also believed in finding a balance and not letting politics take over your life. The Stoics believed in the importance of virtue, humility, and courage in politics, and they thought that leaders should always strive to be virtuous and do what is right. They also believed in accepting the things you cannot control and focusing on what you can control. These ideas are still relevant today, and they can help us think about how to be better leaders and how to create a better world. The Stoics believed that by following these principles, we can make the world a better place for everyone.